Welcome everyone. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining. Find your comfortable seat, supported with anything that you need, perhaps a pillow, a block, a blanket. And as you settle, use your hands if you need to push into your support and lengthen the side body. Maybe broaden your seat a little bit by pulling the flesh of your buttocks out and then resetting your legs. Today we take a short moment to settle and arrive into our practice. When you find your base, allow for length from the bottom up to the crown of the head. Relax the shoulders and find that internal connection between the pelvis and the head, creating awareness in your internal structure and posture. And then give yourself a few deep strokes of breath. And with that, as you do so, bring the attention gently in, with the eyes moving down and towards the heart center. As we bring awareness to the breath and we follow, notice where you feel the breath in your body. And also give yourself a moment to just notice how you feel in this very moment today. Sensations in the body, what's going on for you emotionally. Give yourself a moment to sit with all that arises without changing or judging or having to modify anything at all. Truth is when we can connect thoughts, emotions, and actions together, aligning them to act accordingly. So today, the mantra is, what do I need in this moment? And it's not about what do I think I need, but what do I really need? What do I need today? To find that balance, that connection between thought, words, action, to follow my truth, to be in my truth. And that mantra that you are finding, that you recognize and that you can visualize as your need for today will be your guide through the practice. Let's bring our palms together, the thumbs resting in front of the heart. And as we connect to that sacred center, visualizing that space filled with light, expanding, opening, spreading into your whole system. Visualize your mantra. Let that mantra sit at the very center, at the very core of your heart, supported in loving kindness, truth, compassion, and grace. And if you choose to join me, we'll open with the Om sound one time, inhaling deeply through the nose Big exhale. Then breathing in again. We connect with that center, head, hands, and heart together. Release the palms slowly, lift the head and open the eyes. Welcome again, everyone. I'm going into my mat. Oops, I put my blanket as I usually do, but if you don't want to put it, you don't have to. We are not staying too long in the mat. I mean, lying down today, but you can always have it. Have it built just in case you want to use it. You may not need it, but it depends on our body structure. So if you want, you can have a loop already set up and put it in your belt. And I'm going to start lying down as usual. Let's lie down for a moment. Notice your body here. Relax all your bones. Let everything go for a moment. Everything go. And try and connect again with your breath. Very important to give ourselves what we need is to be steady in our breath and bring the awareness there. So as you inhale through the nose, perhaps you can feel the expansion in the belly, then the mid-torso, then up to the chest. And with the exhale, feel the contraction, chest, mid, torso, and lower abdomen. And again, inhale, create that pattern to keep a steady breath throughout the practice, or as steady as we can. For me, I'm talking, so it's a little hard, but I want you to try and deepen that breath and lengthen it, and perhaps find an even sequence for the inhalation as well as the exhale. So perhaps you can internally count your in-breath for, let's say, 4, 3, 2, and 1 is just a number for an example, and then exhale for the same amount, trying to even the breath and find also more balance through the body and the mind. Okay, good. Then from there, try and keep that breath, and if you can, you return to that as much as possible through the practice. Then we are going to bend both knees and bring the arms to the sides for a moment. Inhale at the center. Exhale, bring your chin over to the right. Inhale to center. Exhale over to the left. Again, inhale to the center, slowly starting to move the neck muscles, going to one side, then back to center, and the other side. We'll do one more of these, letting the shoulders stay heavy, the rest of the body relaxed onto the mat or the blanket, then back to the center and over to the other side. Good, we return, we lace the fingers, we bring the hands behind the head, and we'll take a few undulations here with some also zigzagging to mobilize the whole spine. So we inhale, arching, sending the chin up, opening the front body. With the exhale, we hook the navel in, we start lifting, go a little bit to the side with one elbow or both, back to center, over to the other side, and then we return, releasing, inhaling, we arch, feel that opening, exhale, navel in, lengthen the back of the neck, move over to one side, back to center, other side, returning, and release. Let's go again, inhale, exhale, lifting. This time I'm going more like sideways. So I'm also opening the intercostal muscles. Getting back to center. Release one more time like that. Inhale, arch, push the elbows down, and exhale, lifting, sliding over. Back to center and release that. Beautiful. We release the arms and we're going to bring both our knees over to the chest. Try and bring them towards the armpit so there's a little bit of separation between the knees and a little bit of rolling the ankles, moving the feet one way and the other, flexing, pointing, just some mobilization there before we get into the stronger practice, okay? You can also add a little bit of rolling or circling the knees a few times. With this, we are also mobilizing the spine, arching, and also setting the spine a little bit more neutral, right, into the mat. Good, and then reverse a few times. Notice sensations in your body, in your spine, in your shoulders. Try to keep the collarbones wide and use this movement to pick up any tension, clinging or holding, and start to work with your breath to help that, okay? Then we are going to put the feet down. We are going to widen the feet again, extend your arms overhead, and stretch through the fingertips, press through the feet, just lengthen through the sides, catch opposite elbows, extend there, pulling or pushing the elbows towards the wall you have behind your head. Breathe in. And with the exhale, release the arms to the sides. Now we are going to cross the right leg over the left one, like the eagle legs. And we are going to go to the same side several times, 3 times. So I'm going to inhale at the center. And with the exhale, I'm going to let both my legs drop over to the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale, same side, arching a little bit, crossing those legs over to the right, back to center, and one more. Good, returning. Take that right leg down, take a breath here, recenter yourself if you need. And now I'm switching left leg over the right one, like the eagle legs. You can put that foot underneath or not. It's not necessary. Inhale at the center. Now we are going to the left. Let it drop. Inhaling, we come back. Exhale, dropping. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Back to center, pressing into the right foot. Release that left leg and then roll over to the right side. We are going to stay on the right side for a moment like we have been doing lately. I'm extending my right arm and putting my head on top of the arm. You know, if you need the pillow or the blankie, you can put it there. My left foot is behind my right leg. I'm going to extend the right leg, pushing through the heel, sending the back of the pelvis forward, and my left arm is coming up and over with my right hand. I'm catching the wrist and I'm pulling that side. And at the same time that I'm doing that, I want you to try and press that left foot down and push your knee away from your chest. So this knee, the one that is vertical, it's not only pointing up to the skies, but it's also trying to move away from me, okay? So we are stretching and opening that hip flexor as well. Send the sacrum in. And now I'm going to add a new little thing here, okay? I'm going to try and keep the same shape with the knee pointing up and try and bring my chest a little lower towards my mat, okay? So I'm creating, again, like a twist. I'm working there in opening a lot of areas in the side body. Then I'm returning towards that side stretch. Good, release that. Very nice. And as usual, we are going to try and catch our foot like we've been doing lately with the belt. And then I'm going to push through the heel up towards the ceiling. Okay. If you need to bend the underknee, bend the underknee. It's all good. Try to send the back of the pelvis forward, extend through that left heel and lengthen the side body. Inhale. Exhale. This side body practice, side lying position, it's really, really good to create more stability when we do standing balances, okay? One more breath, extending through the inner leg, sending the sacrum in. Soften the face. Good. Exhale, release. Good. Come onto your back. Take a breath here. Good, bend your knees and then roll over to your side to switch sides, okay? I'm rolling over like this so you can see me. Second side. Okay, now I'm going to lie down on my left side for me. I'm going to extend through the legs, trying to bring the pelvis forward. The first exercise that I did is with the upper leg bent, with the foot behind me. Once you have that, add the padding if you need under the head. Good. And then from there, I'm extending my left arm. I'm bringing my right arm up and over. I'm catching that wrist with my left hand, pulling there. So I stretch the upper side. This time is my right side. I'm really firmly pressing with my right foot into the blanket or mat and trying to elevate the inner right leg up to the skies. You should feel a little bit of that pulling, right? In the groin, in the hip flexor and the inner thigh, okay? It's going up to the skies. Stretch, stretch, stretch that right side, pull it over the head. And then we keep that right knee pointing up and I'm going to try and bring my chest over towards the mat, like if I want to face down, okay, with the chest. Now, try and do that while you keep the right knee pointing up to the ceiling or skies if you're outside, okay? One more breath. Good, and then we return, release that arm, grab your belt again, put that foot inside, heel is pushing into the belt, and then like we know already, if you've been practicing with me, we extend into that left leg if we can, if not we bend the knee, and then I'm sending the sacrum in, pushing through the right heel as much as I can. Try and lengthen the lower belly, lift it up off your pelvis and elongate the front of your body. We're trying to create space today in the front body, okay? So lengthen the front spine, keep sending the sacrum in and the back of the pelvis towards the front, push through your right heel. This gets better the more we practice it. Good, and then release that. Take that belt out, come onto your back one more time. Breathe deeply. Find that even length for the inhalation and the exhale. Good. Then we bend the knees, we roll over, we come up. Time to take our blankets out until we need them again. So we can move them out of the mat. And we are going to come into the tabletop for a moment here. Not really a tabletop because we are going somewhere else, but come onto your hands and knees. Good. From here, from hands and knees, I'm going to put my forearms down. I'm going to let my sitting bones go up towards the skies. And once I have my elbows down, I'm going to walk them forward towards the front of my mat as much as I can, okay? So it's a modified puppy pose. My elbows are pushing down. I'm going to let my palms come together and bring them behind the neck. So walk the elbows as far as you can. So we really open up the side body and the front and we let the chest come down. Sitting bones are widening and lifting up. Take a deep inhalation here. Exhale. One more breath. Long, steady exhale. Release the arms, push yourself back. Good. And now I'm going to return with my elbows down. This time I'm going to put them under my shoulders. I'm going to lace my fingers and I'm going to create a lot of power through my inner forearms, pressing down. From there, I'm going to start pushing my chest towards my legs, okay? Then I'm going to tuck my toes, spread the toes as much as you can. Push with the inner elbows, pin them into your sticky mat, and lift up into our first down dog today, which is really a dolphin. I'm going to press the elbows down so I can send my chest towards the legs. And I'm going to try and elevate my hips as much as possible, okay? Good, so we stay there, pushing up. If you want, and it's okay for you, you can walk your feet a little closer to your elbows. And then from there, keep pressing the chest. Bend the knees if you need, but send those outer hips up. And then as you push through the heels back or walk a little bit through this first inversion, tone the legs to open up the backs of the legs. One more breath here. And then bring the knees down and rest for a moment. Untuck your toes. Come to child's pose. And visualize your mantra as you take a few breaths to reset. What is it that you need today? Not what you think you need, but what you really need in this moment. Can you make that part of your journey? Many times in our heads, we think we need something because the shoulds are there all the time, but we need to drop from that place down into the heart and find what is it that we are really in need in this moment. And sometimes that pause, it's difficult to find, it's scary, but it's an opportunity to be with what is, with the emotions. Even if we feel vulnerable, our heart is always fearless, fearless and filled with strength. Good, let's go from here. Now I'm going to tuck my toes. I'm going to sit on my heels like we regularly do. Spread your toes if you can. Put a block in between the sitting bones and the heels if you need that. And then we're going to inhale, arms up overhead, lace the fingers, press your palms up, lift and open the front. Let those sitting bones drop into the heels. Good, then release. Bring the right arm on top of the left, eagle arms. Bring the forearms parallel to the floor. Sorry, the upper arm bones parallel to the floor. And if this is difficult, you can always, or challenging, or it doesn't feel good, put your hands on top of your shoulders. Take a deep inhalation here into your upper back. Exhale. Good, let's inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, left arm on top. Bring those hands together or hands onto the shoulders. Breathe into the upper back for one full breath. Good, release, inhaling, arms up. Exhale, release, put your hands down, move your feet, your knees back, and tuck your toes, and let's go up, downward facing dog. Walk your feet a few times if you need, widen the feet so you have a little extra space. Push the mat away with your palms, the base of your thumbs, relax the head and the neck, and tone those legs to open up the backs of the legs like we've been doing in the beginning. Rock a little bit from side to side. Good, bring the feet a little closer. Inhale your right leg up and back. We are going to bend that knee, and instead of opening it towards the left, we are going to keep it there, just trying to glue the heel into the glute and lift the knee a little higher. Just that, push the mat away. Then bring that foot down and we'll switch sides. Left leg goes up and back. Push through the hands, keep the even shoulders, relax the head. Bend the left knee, don't open that hip. Stay with the heel coming towards your glute and try and lift that knee a little higher. Good, then slowly release. Bring your knees down. Beautiful. Now I'm going to come onto my side again like we did before. Doesn't matter which side. I want you to lie down on your side again. And we are going to practice something that then we are going to do it standing. So I'm lying down on my side again, and what I'm going to do, same idea as before, back of the pelvis forward. I'm going to bend my upper knee, and with my upper hand, I'm going to hold that foot. And I'm going to try and keep that right knee not going up or away, but staying close to the underknee, okay? With my hand, I'm pressing into the top of my foot, and I'm trying to bring it into the glute without arching the lower back. So bring that glute in, bring the sacrum in, open up the front body, see if you can find that balance there. And that upper shoulder, roll it up and back and in, so you tuck that shoulder blade behind the chest, okay? Feel that foot, that heel coming towards your glute. Send the sacrum into your body, front of the pelvis is wide. One more breath. Good, then extend, come onto your back. One breath and we'll switch sides. If the hand is not able to catch your foot, you can always go with your belt and lasso your foot and bring it towards you, okay? Good, let's roll over to the second side. I'm going to go onto my side. Remember, you can always bend the under knee if you need. Good, from here, once I'm long and I'm pushing the back of the pelvis forward, I'm going to bend my upper knee. I'm going to catch the foot with my hand. I'm going to try and keep that knee close to the other knee, and I'm pushing it back. So I'm trying to bring it back towards the wall I have behind me. Push the pelvis forward, the sacrum in, and that upper shoulder, I'm sending it back and in. So that shoulder blade is moving down and into the back of my heart, okay? Push through the under heel if your leg is extended, and keep opening the front body. So your belly button is lengthening towards the chest. Breathe in and out as you bring that left foot towards your glute, glute forward. Good, release that. Come onto your backs, one more breath. Bend the knees, roll over to the side. Good, let's take downward facing dog. Find that down dog, push through the outer hips. Feel the collarbones wide. My outer shoulders are moving back, so I give space in the front, relax the head, and from here we'll come into our plank pose. Push through the heels, lift the inner thighs, push back into down dog. Again, inhale into the plank, and exhale. Last one, and we add the full vinyasa, inhaling into plank. Use your knees if you want to go first, through the knees, chest and chin. We come all the way down, sliding onto the mat, and we stay here for a moment. Widen the hands right off your mat, press through the fingertips, roll the shoulders forward, up and back until you feel the shoulder blades connecting into the back of your heart, okay? Press the fingertips down and lift. Sacrum in, active glutes, widen the collarbones and expand and telescope your heart. Exhale, release. Again, press through the fingertips, roll those shoulders, bring the shoulder blades down and in, widen the heart center. Exhale, release. We'll take one more, spread through the toes, push the toes down onto your sticky. roll up. Good. Bring the hands under the shoulders, tuck your toes. Up we go, downward facing dog. Walk your hands back towards your feet. Bend the knees as much as you need. Relax the head here, relax the neck, let it be heavy. And you can swing if you want from side to side. You can hold opposite elbows, or you can just leave the arms releasing down to touch any support that you have, okay? Make sure that the head is heavy and the neck is lengthening towards the earth. Feel the connection to earth with your feet, your heels, spreading the toes. Good, then we're going to put the hands onto the hips, roll the shoulders up and back, lengthen the torso halfway. Press into the center of your heels, lengthen the trunk again, roll the shoulders back, and press as you come up towards standing. Beautiful. Okay, now from here, from standing, similar to what we did when we were lying down, you can always use a wall or any support that you have for balancing. We are going to be balancing a little bit. I'm going to press onto my left foot, lifting through the inner arch, spreading the toes. You may want to use a belt if the hand and the foot are not close enough. My left hand is coming onto my left hip. Okay, I'm staying sideways so you can see what I want us to do. And then I'm going to bend my right knee and catch my foot like I did when I was lying down. Okay, this is the idea. Now, when I'm catching the foot, I'm going to make sure that my knee, now I'm going to show you standing in front of you guys. You want to make sure that the knee is not doing this. So you want to keep it close to your opposite knee, okay? So like we did when we were sideways, I'm trying to keep that knee close to the other one. I'm going to press the back of my pelvis forward. I'm going to roll the shoulders back so my shoulder blades come down and behind the chest. And I'm pressing my foot into my hand and trying to bring my right knee down and back a little. Okay, so down and back a little as I press the foot towards my glute. Lift the front body, we are opening the front, roll the shoulders back again. If you can, you send the left arm up. Inhale, exhale. One more, opening through the front. Exhale, release and shake it a little. Good. Remember, you can always use the wall if you need to hold yourself or catch the belt, okay? Second side, I'm going to stand onto the right foot, spread the toes. That leg that it's your standing leg is doing Tadasana. So you're lifting through the inner arch, you're activating your inner leg like what we did when we were pushing the leg up with the belt, when we were lying sideways, okay? Same idea, we want to activate that leg, send the sacrum in, right hand to the hip. When you're ready, bend the left knee, catch the foot, use the belt if you need. I'm gonna show a version with the belt. So if needed, you put the foot inside that loop and you bring it like this, okay? You can do the same by bringing the belt into you. Good, so holding that foot, I'm going to try and keep that knee close to the right knee. I'm lifting through my inner right leg, pushing that left foot towards my glute. Back of the pelvis moves forward, sacrum long, and see if you can take your left knee down to the floor and back towards the wall behind you. Roll the left shoulder back and the shoulder blade into the back of your heart. You can stay here, hand to hip, or add a little bit more with the left arm coming up, okay? Breathe in and out. Nice. Beautiful. Super. That knee is moving down to the earth. The sacrum is moving into your body. Then slowly release it. Good. Shake it a little. Very nice. And from Tadasana, we go again. Inhaling, arms up overhead. Exhaling, we fold, Uttanasana. Inhaling halfway, we lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands, walk back, downward facing dog. Once you get there, settle your dog, push through your hands and base of the thumbs, inhale into plank, lower, inhaling cobra pose, lift, open up, shoulder blades in and down, same idea as before. Exhale, we go up, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg up and back, right knee to chest, plank pose, push and lift. Right leg goes up and back again, right foot forward, left knee comes down, and we come up. Good. From here, inhaling, arms up overhead, catch your left forearm or wrist, pull there, squeeze inner thighs into one another, and tilt over to your right. Chest goes up, lift the front body, back to center, release the arms, bring the palms together to the heart. One breath here. Good. Firm the right heel down. Put your right hand onto your right hip. Inhale the left arm up. Good. Lengthen over to the right side and hook that left elbow outside the right thigh or on top. Once you get there, right hand pushes into the left one. Press through the palms to lift the chest up. Find that twist. Belly button lifts up towards the right hip. Good. Option here to lift the back knee and keep the actions of the inner legs. Spread the toes, push the right heel down, gaze down towards your right toes. Belly and chest, they move up to the skies, right elbow goes back. Good. Release the left knee down. Come back to center. Inhale, open up. Exhale to downward facing dog. One full breath. Release here through the mouth. Second side, left leg goes up and back. Left knee to the chest, plank pose. We go back up. Left foot forward, right knee comes down, and we lift up. Good. Super. Once we are here, inhaling, arms up overhead. Catch your right wrist or forearm, extend through the side, and take it over to the left. Back to center. Keep lifting through the front. Bring the sacrum in. Release. Bring the hands in front of the heart. Reconnect. What is it that you need today? Visualize that mantra. Beautiful. Let's press into the left heel, left hand to the left hip. Inhale, right arm up. Good. We tilt over to the left again. This time we hook the right elbow into the left knee. Left hand on top of the right one. Push the left palm onto the right so we can spin that belly and chest over to the left. And then face down towards the left foot. Option here to tuck your back toes and lift that back knee, squeezing inner thighs, and again dragging the belly button up to the skies, left shoulder back. Nice. We slowly return, back knee down, back to center. Inhaling, arms up overhead. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. One vinyasa optional here if you want. Coming towards the plank. You don't have to. You can stay and breathe in down dog. What is it that you need this morning? Follow that to find truth. Back to down dog. Good, then bring your knees down and we are going to come onto our mats. But I want you to have a pillow or a blanket close by, okay? First come onto your belly, bring your forehead on top of your hands and take a few breaths. Reset here, notice the body. Good, one more breath. Super. And then we're going to lift ourselves up for a moment so we can do a new setup. So I have a bolster, so I'm going to use that. So a pillow will do the trick for what we want to do. If you don't have a pillow, you can always do this setup that I'm going to show you, which is 2 blocks, one next to the other, and then a blanket on top. Okay, it's not as mushy as a pillow, but this can work perfectly fine. Okay, so that can be another option. And if you have, like me, a pillow, it could be that you need a little bit more, so you can always put a blanket on top of that pillow, okay? Super, so now that I have that, I'm going to put my floating ribs, the very low ribs on top, and that's where I'm going to come, okay? So my low ribs, they are in my pillow, my elbows are pushing into my pillow, and I'm putting my hands down so I can pin my elbows down, send my shoulders back, and lift through the front body and the sides, okay? So I'm doing that, pushing elbows down, pressing into my pillow so I can lift the side body. My hands are down on my sticky, and I'm rolling the shoulders up and back and down, and bringing the bottom tips of my shoulder blades into one another. Inhale, my legs are extended, I'm pressing through the tops of the feet. It's like a supported cobra pose, okay? Yay, good. I'm going to add a little more to this. I'm going to keep that left elbow and left arm down. I'm going to bend my right knee, and I'm going to go with my right arm and try and catch my foot like we did before when we were playing standing, or sideways when we were lying down. So the same idea, I'm going to try and bring my foot towards my glute. I'm going to try and roll that shoulder back and my elbow in, okay? And I'm trying to lengthen the sacrum and bring it in, okay? Just one side. Breathe and lift through the chest, sacrum in, glutes active. Opening up the front body. One more breath. Then slowly release. Bring the forehead down. Breathe into the lower back. Notice one side and the other. This practice is a good opportunity to measure what is it that you need, okay? There is no formula that you have to do exactly everything. You can just stay in the first version of pressing into the cobra, okay? Good, I'm coming into the second side slowly, lengthening again, lifting the sternum. And now I'm going to press with my right elbow, or you can even put the arm down if it feels easier for you. And then connecting both my inner legs. They are internally rotating my thighs. So the inner thighs are going up to the sky, sacrum in, bend the left knee, go with the left arm, and see if you can catch that foot and bring it in. Once I'm bringing it in, I'm also lengthening, of course, that quad, lengthening that knee behind me, rolling that left shoulder back and down, and bringing that shoulder blade into my body. With my right elbow and hand and arm, I'm pushing so I can lift the spine. Okay, breathing in and out. You can also catch your shin if the foot is not there and the shin is easier. That can be a good way to do it also. Open up, lift the front spine, glutes are active, sacrum in, pelvis forward. And then exhale and release. Shake a little bit through the hips. I'm not letting you rest all the way yet because we're going to do one more. Good. Nice. Now you will need to catch your belt for the next one, okay? Almost the last one. So I'm doing a super big loop because I'm going to go and catch both my feet with this, okay? So now I'm going to bend both my knees, put the end or one end of the belt on my feet, and look at this. This is gonna be fun. Then the belt needs to be a very big loop, okay? So you have a lot of space to hook yourself and hold the belt. I put both my feet on one end, and then I'm going to bring my arms above me so I can catch my belt and put my hands inside or hold it, okay? Now we go with both. My legs are together. I'm trying to keep them as far as my hip distance for the feet, okay? Not more than that. Inner thighs go up, sacrum in, pull, push the belt with your feet and pull with your hands and lift the front. Open those armpits, lift up the sternum, push into the belt, lift the, like really what we are doing is pushing the shins back. So we are opening the front, sacrum in, glutes in, then slowly release, let that go and push back into a child's pose. And you can use your bolster if you want under the arms. Breathe a few times into the lumbars. That's a strong posture. We call it Dhanurasana. And it's basically the same thing that we do when we do a wheel pose, but this time it's on our bellies. So if you can picture or visualize it, we are turning that wheel around. Good. Then from here, if your belt is still on your feet like mine, take it out and then move that pillow away. And we go back to down dog to stretch that spine and lengthen the lumbars. Push through your hands, widen the sitting bones. Send the outer shoulders back so there's opening in the collarbones. Drag the navel in. Relax the neck and the head. Good, and then bring the knees down again. Beautiful. I'm going to use my pillow again, or your blanket if you have a blanket, and I'll show you what we are doing from here. Okay, so now with that pillow, more or less halfway on my mat, I'm going to sit on top. So my hips are elevated, and then I'm coming down, okay? Good, my pelvis is supported. And then from here, I'm going to bring my knees in. So we stretch and open up the lower back. And I'm going to cross the right shin on top of the left and bring the feet towards you. Good. Let the back of your pelvis widen into your pillow or your blanket. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Again, the same thing. Finding stability again through the breath. Good. One more breath on this side. Good, and then we switch, left shin goes on top. Cross the shins, catch your feet if you can, and bring the feet in towards you. Make these 3 breathing cycles an opportunity to reopen your lumbars, stretch that area that was a little bit compacted through the back bending, and releasing. Good. Then softly release, hug the knees into the chest. I know you have that elevation under the hips, it's all good. We are going to open the arms to the sides, let both knees drop over to one side. It's an elevated twist. Relax the shoulders. Let the knees just drop to one side, head to the other. Then slowly return. Reset if you need, maybe moving the hips a little bit over to the opposite side. Then let both knees drop to the side you didn't do first, and the head over to the second side. Softening the face. Relax your jaws. Let your tongue be restful on the bottom palate, releasing into the lower jaws. And see if you can also release the eyelids softly down, then slowly come back and bring the feet down. Good, just take a moment here. Soles of the feet together, knees wide. And bring your hands to catch your elbows, extend overhead, breathing in. Drop a little deeper as you exhale. Good. Then with my hands, I'm going to bring the knees back towards each other. You can roll over to the side and press up. If you have a wall close by, a really nice way to end the practice is to use that same pillow or bolster or blanket that you have next to a wall and send the legs up. You can use the bolster right below your sitting bones or your glutes to rest the thighs, right on top to rest the lower back. And we come to Shavasana. This is the end. Shavasana can be with the legs supported at a wall or a dresser or anything that you have close by, or just the supine posture to release all. As we come to rest, you know, the opportunity to regroup, reset, and find again that body, mind, soul connection. To avoid suffering, we want to practice remembering that everything is impermanent. When we mistake impermanence to permanence, we suffer. When we want to move towards our truth, we want to remember that we are all part of something bigger and greater than ourselves. If we mistake the openness of our being for a solid, irrefutable self, we suffer. To find happiness and peace, we want to reach inside of us. We want to stop looking for the things that make us happy in the outside world. So the more we come into ourselves, our hearts, our truth, the more we connect with what's permanent, the more we connect with the oneness in the world, the more we find our true peace and happiness. Receive a deep inhalation through the nose, big exhale. Give yourself a moment to return to your body and the place you're in. Keep the face soft and your eyes kind. And as you feel appropriate, if you're choosing to bring more movement, you can wiggle fingers, move your toes, roll your wrists. Maybe bend the knees or just move the head from side to side. If you're choosing to stay in your Shavasana shape, please do. Don't rush. You can stay there and close the practice in that position, okay? If you are moving towards a seat, find slowly your way onto your side, press up, and move towards the shape that will mark the end of this journey. Wherever you are at, bring your palms together, let the thumbs rest right next to the heart center, and bring your eyes, your look into your heart. The more we go there, the more we find what is it that we need. And with that mantra, we make space for ourselves during the day to be with what is. To make space for the sensations, the emotions, the thoughts, and observe, watch, and listen. In gratitude for this practice, to all our teachers and to you guys for joining me today, we bow in. Namaste. Thank you.